welcome back to the channel Smart Money Moves. It's time to prepare. Markets are converting. So the reason I have that title today is because things are moving. I know the markets have been a little bit slow this past few weeks, ever since we had our pump about 3 to 4 weeks ago on XRP. And I want to go and bring up a few things with Gemini. Excited to announce XRP is now available for trading on Gemini. I'm sure we all heard, and if you didn't, some lucky sucker got to sell for $50 an XRP. It was only a few XRP. I think they said it was like 13 or 19 some XRP for $50. I think it amounted to around $300 or something. So that was actual trading. It wasn't a glitch. Someone really got to sell their XRP for $50 per XRP. I think that was just due to the liquidity on Gemini at that time. Someone was purchasing, and the only person selling at that point was probably had a stop limit at $50. So wishing that was us. Maybe that will be in a year or two, but we'll see. Something I wanted to bring up, just with the title, "It's Time to Prepare," is because I think right now we're heading into that accumulate. We're not heading in, we are in that accumulation zone, and we're actually heading towards the end of it. I think we're just about halfway through, and I'll go ahead and show some data on that and why I think that is with the charts and with what other people are seeing as well, just kind of confirming what I'm seeing. Heading towards the end of that accumulation zone for all cryptocurrencies, and then we'll go ahead and start to move. And I think obviously an appreciation in those currencies. So right here, actually, I want to get up here. I go ahead and follow the Michael Burry stock tracker. If you don't know him, he is responsible for the movie The Big Short, because he is the one who did a big short on the stock market. Ended up being wrong for a little bit until he was very, very right, making a ton of money. Of course, because a lot of people lost a ton of money. I think that was during the 2008 market crash, because of the housing market crash. So breaking, Michael Burry just shorted the market 1.6 billion, bought 890 million of SPY puts, and bought 740 million of QQQ puts. This now makes up 93% of his entire portfolio. So this is a little misleading, not in the fact that he did short it. He did in fact short it, but in the amount of money that he spent. So I don't know if anyone knows anything about contracts. One contract equals 100 shares of a stock. So basically, you can divide that by 100. Each of these, each of these for how many puts he purchased. So it's actually about 20,000, which is still a significant amount. It's not as big as it's making it out to be, but it's definitely still a significant amount, and he is still shorting the market. If he is what's called averaging in, that would make more sense. So this is a massive position if it is the 1.6 billion position, but I think I don't think it's that. With option contracts, one option contract represents 100 shares, so it'd be just about 20,000 option contracts. And this guy, he's a big guy. He holds a lot of money, so he can definitely purchase more. He might be averaging in, so he obviously is seeing something happening. He might be averaging in over some time, and that could also go ahead and play into the fact that I think we're only halfway through the accumulation zone, and so he's starting to go ahead and put his position in. So that would make sense. It's a funny meme. You should definitely check out my page, Smart Money Moves. You guys would love this. All right, and so we have some more news breaking. Bank of France, the Bank of France mentions XRP as being the asset expected for payment transactions. So down there we have, since the attributes of a unit of the wholesale CBDC file representing the currency unit, keys enabling use, may be integrated in a crypto asset circulating on another blockchain, which is possible on Ethereum and Ripple. So we have just more people coming into not people, but more countries and basically big business coming into the blockchain technology and wanting to settle. And a lot more companies and countries are mentioning Ripple. and XRP. This is just more information and more security showing that XRP is not something that's a fad or a trend. It's something that's going to be actually utilized in this upcoming financial market. Bitcoin is behaving similarly to the 2015 bear market bottom. And here we are. I'll bring this up so you can see it a bit better. So this shows we're a little farther along than the accumulation zone, that we're almost at the end of it before we have our nice little takeoff here. I still think we're only halfway through, and that's just because of the Bitcoin halving. So we still have a while to go. Like it said, around 200 some days. 200 some days to go before we hit that Bitcoin halving, and usually it happens about a month to maybe a few weeks before the actual takeoff of Bitcoin. And so the fact that we're getting closer, I think, is fantastic. Yep, less than 250 days away from the Bitcoin halving. Here we are. So this is something that I think is very interesting, just because we have a huge fall. If this is right in any way, we have a huge fall back to around 16,000. And the fact that Michael Burry is also putting in puts, and the fact that Bitcoin does generally follow the stock market, I mean, it kind of adds up. And then we still have a few, well, this is 480 days total, and like I said, I think we're about halfway, which this matches up with. So yeah, this still ends up at around April, May, for when we might hit the bottom, bounce off, and start having our real run. I mean, this is huge, and this kind of all works together. Michael Burry's putting in his short position, not like he's the god of trading, but I mean he definitely has a pretty good ranking. For putting in a short position from what might be happening over these next few months. And then we might bottom out and come back up. I think we still have a while to go sideways. I mean, if we go down and test support, that would be normal. So this does still work with what I think is going to be happening, and what kind of the financial markets and analysts and investors think is going to be happening. Let's see here. Breaking: Ripple confirms American Express partnership, and Ripple CTO states that the partnership, Amex and RippleNet, will settle payments with XRP. Another person coming on board. Not person, another company coming on board here. So we just have more and more and more. Ripple, Amazon CFO Warren Jensen has joined Ripple's board of directors. So that's nothing big. Obviously, that's pretty big. More people coming into the space of cryptocurrency, and it's not so much a conspiracy anymore, or a laundering network anymore. It's something that's, oh, this is actually smart. We're actually going to utilize this. We're going to use this in our companies. We're going to use this for cross-border transactions, which is trade across the entire world. That's big. Remember to go ahead and follow Smart Money Moves. I go ahead and post daily, just so you can keep up on the news with what's happening. And so the reason, like I said, I titled this Time to Prepare is because this is the time to prepare. This is the ending of the accumulation zone. So here is my chart. I know it has a bunch of things going on here, a lot of different trends and support and resistance. It's a little hard to look at. This is a bit cleaner for what's happening. So as you can see, we're starting to trend up, and this ending here. But when you go ahead and put on all this craziness, I mean, I have our appreciation value pretty soon here, but like I said, I still do think we are a bit away, especially since the Bitcoin halving does, at least on the past 3 runs, it does always happen before the actual run. I'd love to see it sooner. It'd be fantastic. It would make my day. It would make Christmas awesome. But I don't think that's going to happen. We're also coming to the ending of this trend. If what I'm thinking is true, it's going to break this trend, and it'll probably go ahead and retest like we just saw on the previous photo, the bottom over here. at, it looks like, ooh, 16,000. Don't sell, guys. Don't sell. That's when you realize your loss. And is that right? Yeah, that's about right. But I mean, we do show good support here at 20,000, just about. And we could still fluctuate in here. We had a good push for support. We still could fluctuate in here for a while at the 28,000 mark. But I mean, we do also have more support down here. Obviously, anything's possible. We are still in an uptrend regardless. Um, Testing support is always normal. Where it tests support is up for grabs on where it's going to be. I do see two spots here that show obviously a huge line of resistance / support, and we obviously showed support here, showed support here. So we could come down to this area. I'm hoping this area at 24,000 compared to coming back all the way down to 16 grand and retesting that before we actually have a push up. So I do think this trend will break where we are now. Don't get scared. It's normal. And same with the XRP, with it having a while to go before we actually see an appreciation in value. And what's crazy is that the end of this little cone or flag, this bull flag that we have forming here, the end of it, where are we? We're in March, April, literally the end of it. Not like everything's going to be timed perfectly. We could have a crap ton of trading coming into Bitcoin, and then the halving could happen sooner than April, May. It could happen February, March. But the ending, the closing, or the squeezing of this bull flag is in that area, is in the February to April area, where it's going to go ahead and push up or down. Obviously, I think it's going to go up. And it literally lines up perfectly with the Bitcoin halving for it to go ahead and take off and get pushed out of this bull flag. It lines up perfectly. So anyways, the news for now is obviously we're going to be going sideways, whether we bounce off the top and bottom and top and bottom until we actually take off. Obviously we don't know for sure. We're in a new little area. We obviously show support on a few different areas here. Boom, 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 boom. So we could bounce around in here for a little bit. Even if it breaks below, let's go ahead and watch out for this trend line. You can draw it yourself. I have it on the daily. I use tradingview.com. Go ahead and draw that trend line. And it should hold this trend line. And if it plays out like it should, we'll be in the March, April, May area to go ahead and appreciate in value. I just wanted to go ahead and make this video today to let you know it's time to prepare, because we have this next 6 months of craziness that's going to happen. I guarantee that the market's going to go crazy. I guarantee that the international trade is going to go crazy. I bet we're going to see a few more natural disasters and war things in the news, just to kind of promote, even though it doesn't sound like, how would a natural disaster or war promote cryptocurrency? It's not cryptocurrency, it's the financial system. You guys have to remember, this is just a tool in the financial system, and a very, very useful tool. And so there's going to be problems, and this is going to solve it. That's how it's going to be promoted. There's going to be a problem, there's going to be an issue, there's going to be a way that money can't be transferred, or it's moving too slow, or we can't keep up with our competitors, and this will be the answer. This will be the tool. This is going to be the smartest thing. It's going to be the best thing since sliced bread. That's how it's going to be promoted. It's not going to be like, oh, hey, we went to war and the best thing we can do is get into Bitcoin. No, it's obviously going to be phrased differently, but this will be the tool that'll be used. So thanks for watching, guys. I will have at least 3 videos a week. Go ahead and subscribe, and you guys have a great day.